Right, let me tell you about Salma. She's the founder and the editor-in-chief of the Afghan Times, which is an independent media outlet that amplifies the voice of Afghan women. So after being forced to flee Afghanistan following the Taliban's return to power, Salma now works in exile and fearlessly sustains the Afghan Times, working with a courageous team of journalists and photographers inside Afghanistan who operate in secrecy. I want to know how you do it, but you do it anyway. Salma has also launched the Open Mic podcast, where over 50 young Afghan women have shared their personal stories of resilience. You see that point about storytelling being that important, right? Salma's work inspires a new generation of Afghan journalists and offers a lifeline for truth, resistance, and women's voices at a time when they are denied, right? Lyra McKee was a young journalist from Northern Ireland who was killed by the IRA. Remember, that was a particular hotspot in the world at the time. She was killed while she was reporting on outbreaks of sectarian violence. So every year, since the One Young World Summit of 2023 in Belfast, an award now has been granted in her name to a young journalist, and this is the key, who has shown not just bravery, but exceptional bravery. Let me emphasize that, exceptional bravery in reporting the truth. So this person who has shown exceptional bravery is none other than the person on my right who's going to come up here now, Salma Niazi. Salma. Congratulations once again. And you've got, there's 2 awards, right? So that's the bravery, that's the normal one. Let's do that first. All right, so now you have to hold on to that. So you need many hands there. Good. So now, you want to put it over there?
Hello, everyone. Thank you for One Young Award. Standing here today, receiving this award is the greatest honor of my life. I dedicated this award to the women of Afghanistan, those whose courage often goes unseen, whose voices are silent, and whose dreams remain unbroken. For me, this award is not only recognition, it is a reminder and responsibility, a reminder that the world is beginning to listen to the Afghan women, and a responsibility to ensure their voices are never forgotten. And receiving the Lyra McKee Award for the bravery is deeply meaningful to me. It is not just recognition of my work, but all Afghan women who show courage every day by studying, speaking of, and simply surviving under extreme challenges. Lyra McKee herself stood for truth in fearlessness. In receiving an award in her name reminds me that journalists can give hope, even in darkest moment, and motivates me to keep telling stories that needed to be heard. I know what it means to take risk. We Afghan women step into danger simply to study, to work, to speak, or to share a story. Every time we raise our voices, we place ourselves in front of threats, but we do it not only for ourselves, but for the next generation and for the truth that cannot remain hidden. We fight not with weapons, but with courage, with words, and with hope. Thank you, everyone, and thank you for One Young Award for this recognition.